We've got an Eastern Conference battle ready to get rolling, and the Chicago crowd wants some love from their Bulls. It's got to be a relief to see Pau Gasol back, hale and hearty, and ready to go.
Kevin, it's really good to have him back. I mean, they played well without him. Now the issue is, can they integrate him into what they were doing when he was gone and become even better? That's always a delicate balancing act.
Yeah, they really hit on something that worked for them after he went down. And, they don't want to get away from that, but if he's healthy, he's got to play a role for them. So they've got to figure out their rotation.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for Indiana, Roy Hibbert is out there with Garnett. Then it's Johnson. Then it's Paul George. And it's Hill in at the 1. Now here is George. After the miss from Doug McDermott, Hibbert hits the bucket.
Good way to start the game there. I mean, that's a nice inside bucket.
No question, Clark. I think they'd like to establish a presence down low early in the game to get their offense going.
Here's Higgins, and it is flushed down with a nice jam. Savage, that's the way to get some momentum on your side.
Absolutely. Those dunks can really have a deflating effect on the defense.
Especially coming from a guy out of the backcourt.
And so it's Indiana with it, after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Back to George. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
They can't afford to give him that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to fight over the top of that.
Indiana shooting their first free throw of the game right now. That free throw good from George. About 1 minute into the first quarter. Higgins passes to Gibson. No good. And it's the Pacers taking it the other way. They want to put some distance between them and the loss on Monday.
Kevin, that game defensively was an absolute nightmare. They went into that building and just got blown out by a very hot team.
Well, they didn't defend those shooters like they should have, and once the fans got into it and the arena started rocking and thumping and bumping, things only got worse.
Takes a three. No good from Higgins.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, a little frustrated now, shaking his head after that miss.
Hill dishes to Garnett. Second shot opportunity. Noah with the block. And yes, sir, that one drops. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
Well, he's off to a good start, and he's a guy who we know. I mean, if he gets going early, he can give you problems all day.
Knocked away. In transition, here come the Bulls. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Well, this is how you completely rattle an opponent's rip.
Yeah, such terrific on-the-ball defense to trigger the transition opportunity.
And it wasn't just a tough D, it was the exclamation point they put on the fast break with the slam.
Here's Hill. The Bulls getting the bucket. Outside, George. Garnett with the screen for George. It's back to Hill. Dishes it to George. Puts one up from 19. Here's Hibbert. No good. Excellent D from Higgins. It's Chicago with another bucket. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Outside Hill. Shot from 12. And that one's good.
How about that? Gets it off right in the face of the big fella. Quick release.
And operating on the perimeter like that negates some of the height disadvantage, too.
Moments ago, our Doris Burke had a chance to catch up with the coach, Frank Vogel. Doris?
I asked him how his team's mindset was after that opening loss. He told me, we're not down. Our goal is to come in here and take one of the first two on the road. So we're still in a position to accomplish what we set out for. Guys?
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Hibbert hits the bucket. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Here's Higgins. That's good. Higgins has got 10 points in the game.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Hill drives in, kicks it to Garnett. Good, the assist goes to Hill. Clark, a lot of give and take between these sides early.
Kevin, how about 6 lead changes in this half already?
Yeah, good one here, guys. This is going to be fun to watch. 2 evenly matched teams, both teams playing hard.
Here's Higgins, 10 points for him. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Gotta love the use of the bounce pass there. Perfect feed.
Now here is Hill. Passes to Hibbert. Johnson kicks to Hill. Six to shoot. Unloads from 13. Chicago grabs the miss. Higgins has got his 3rd rebound on the night.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Johnson kicks to Hill. George sets a screen for Hill. Hibbert with the screen. Hill passes to Hibbert. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Hibbert's got 6.
Back and forth we go. That basket gives us just another lead change.
And there have been too many of those to keep track of. What a contest.
So both teams changing it up here. The 2K leaderboard with the list of the top rebounders in this year's playoffs. And you look at Q, one of the game's best, 2nd in the league.
Boy, he has been fantastic in the playoffs. I mean, the stats prove that out. Defensively and second chance point, he's working harder than some of the other players. He's hungry for a championship, and he's playing like it.
Hill dishes to Mahimi. Looking for George. He gets it there. And it's blocked by Higgins. And they'll keep possession. Hill kicks to Granger. The drive by Hill. Drilled from 11 feet out. Hill's got his 2nd basket of the night.
That is a terrific effort on the shot. He's giving up a lot of size, but still finds a way to score.
I don't think that affected him in the least, though, Steve. I mean, he made it look like he was the bigger guy.
Here's Higgins. Rose passes to Higgins. The kick out to Rose. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Well, he's so good at recognizing where the openings are and getting the ball to the rim.
Indiana trailing here. Hill dishes to George. The 3 ball. Rebounded by Granger.
Really good performance so far on the boards for this club.
Boy, I like the way they've done a great job carving out space under the basket when the shots have gone up.
Now here's Granger. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. George up top. Shot clock at 6. George missing again.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Higgins passes to Bowen. From the arc. Higgins, that's good. And now a 5-point Bulls lead.
That's been a great day for him, and if you remember, he gave them a huge performance their last time out as well.
And so that's the end of the first quarter. Offensively, pretty stagnant. Bulls lead by 5. And the 2nd quarter will be on the way when we come back.
Game 3, Eastern Conference Semifinals. The Chicago Bulls go up against Paul George and the Indiana Pacers this Friday, 7 o'clock Central.
And we welcome you back here to the broadcast of the Eastern Conference Semifinals. And guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far?
And they set the tone there defensively with their shot blocking. They've been really intimidating down in the paint area.
You know, in the rest of the game, Steve, shooters will be looking around for the shot blockers because of what's happened in this quarter.
The Bulls leading by 5. Higgins in a 2-guard. Pau Gasol is out there with Mirotic. And it's Rose. And it's Bowen in at the 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Offensive rebound. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And the defense looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Yeah, I like that. A foul to save the layup. Make him earn it at the line.
The Bulls shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. And he knocks down the first one. McDermott's checked in for Mirotic. Both free throws good from Higgins.
He's always been extremely reliable at the line, and today's been no different.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Hi, Kev. Well, Q in their last time out against the Pacers was just a man on a mission. He dropped a cool 33 points, as he usually does, really knocking down shots from beyond the arc. What a show it was as he put up some really amazing numbers when it was all said and done. Even we marveled at his performance, Kevin.
All right, Doris.
Oh, my goodness. What a huge play.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, Clark?
Well, you know what the questions are about now. It's their defense, that's for sure.
Shot clock at 5. Here's George. Drops one in from the wing. George has got 5.
Well, he knew that with his height advantage over his man, it was really a good decision just to rise up and take the jump shot.
Here's Higgins, who's guarded by Johnson. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Bulls.
With the aggression they're showing early on, I mean, they're driving it to the hoop with authority and force.
Yeah, their passing has been terrific too, Clark. We're seeing a lot of assists, really moving, a lot of flow offensively. I like what I see.
That free throw good from Gasol. Joakim Noah's checked in for Chicago. Butler comes in for Rose. Both free throws good from Gasol.
You know, they've changed their game here in the second, getting a little bit more physical, playing with some toughness now.
And, you know, this lead is going to grow if they can continue to get to the free throw line.
The Bulls leading by 9. Cashes in for a double-digit lead.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
And even if it costs them some foul trouble, I mean, they need to start putting some bodies on bodies. Be physical.
Hey, listen up. We got to push the ball, all right? First thing we got to do is rebound. And then I want everybody getting out. Fill the lanes, pass the ball ahead, and let's get some easy baskets. We can beat this team down the floor.
Chicago making a switch here. Gibson's checked in. And a change for the Pacers. Roy Hibbert's checked in for Ian Mahinmi. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Doc Rivers address his team. The most important points they can get, he said, are points in transition. He told them to push it, create opportunities on the fast break. Also, he was just as passionate when he told them that they needed to put everything they have into their offensive rebounding. Well, Coach not wasting any time tweaking the game plan. We'll see if it makes a difference as we approach halftime, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris.
Boy, the floor really opened up for him there.
It sure did. A good job getting it started before the defense can get itself set.
Pacers trail by 13. Outside, George. Hibbert against Noah. Back to Hibbert. Higgins grabs the board. Higgins has got 7 rebounds in the game. And Clark, we saw a very animated huddle that last break, and I'm sure the coach wanted something specific from his team.
Well, Kevin, this is certainly a key moment for the squad, and he's looking for players to lock into the new game plan and carry it out the rest of the way. That's what he's trying to get across.
The Pacers have gotten only 1 of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. And George kicks to Johnson. Hibbert with the screen on Butler. Johnson and Gibson with the block. And they're able to recover. And here are the Bulls now. They've got a 13-2 run going.
Well, they play terrific basketball at both ends, and that's why this lead is totally out of control.
Really been an almost flawless game for him, Steve. No doubt about it.
George Hill's checked in for Indiana. Pacers trail by 18. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
And you can feel the momentum swinging. They needed that shot badly.
Steve, I sense some frustration here. It seems like they're getting a little frustrated. It's understandable because they've given up this big run.
The Pacers shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. Johnson dishes to Hill. Hibbert with a screen for Hill. Knocks it loose. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Here's Higgins. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
Guys, that's simply superb. Ball pressure, a run out, and then a dunk in transition.
Exactly, Clark, what they wanted. The aggressive defense to lead to.
Yeah, points in transition.
Yeah, that's why you want to make the other team feel uncomfortable handling the ball, because you can get easy points out of it at the other end.
A baseline J. That doesn't go either for Hibbert.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Shot's good. Butler's got 4 points this quarter.
He's been key for this team's offense, the way he's distributed the ball.
Yeah, you know, the offense is just moving through him, Steve, no doubt.
Hill passes to Granger. And the Pacers can't get it to go. Here's Chicago. Huge run right now for him. Going 19. Now, Clark, that is just ridiculous.
Absolutely filthy. I don't remember ever seeing a dunk like that in a game. I certainly can't remember the last time I saw it.
Oh, man, that was just amazing.
And some changes here for the Pacers. Chris Anderson has checked in for Hibbert. And it's Garnett in for Stokes. Now, here is Hill. He's guarded by Higgins. Johnson kicks to Hill. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Back to Granger. He dishes it to Johnson. 6 on the shot clock. 13 feet away. Chicago grabs the miss. Higgins has got rebound number 12 here already in the game.
Well, they've only got a slight edge in rebounding when you look at the numbers, but it certainly feels a lot bigger than it is.
Well, the score has a lot to do with that, Clark. Just based on that, you'd think the rebounding gap would be huge.
He feeds it to McDermott. The tray. That drops. McDermott's got his second basket of the night.
But you can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
Outside Hill. Johnson outside. On the wing, Granger. Back to Johnson. The dish now to Hill. Steps back and drains the jump shot. Hill's got 6 points. Chicago's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. In the corner, it's McDermott. Another three for Chicago.
They're playing well, guys. They're really starting to pull away.
Yep, here at the midway point, that's exactly what's happening.
Hill, a screen on Butler. Johnson kicks to Hill. Back to Johnson. Pass to Granger. Just 5 to shoot.
Chicago foul called. Joakim Noah. That's his first personal foul.
The Pacers shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
Taking 2 shots.
The first one falls. So
nice shooting.
Checked in. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. It's Chicago running away with it. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, a double-double already in the books for you, and we're only at the half. Do you see them trying to throw different looks at you to slow you down?
Yeah, I expected they might. But at the same time, we're going to have an answer for that because the rest of this team just as dangerous on the offense as me.
Thank you for your time, Kevin. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Thanks so much, Doris, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back in there for the start of the third quarter after this break.
Hey guys, listen up. We're right where we want to be, but we still got to stay focused. So let's go over some things.
If there's something I'd like to see us do as well in the second half as we did in the first, it's get the ball into the low post. They've had no answer when we...
Once more as we get set to continue our coverage of the Eastern Conference semis. What can you say? Q, an impressive effort here today.
How about this? A double-double already. I mean, this is a sort of energy performance that just pumps life into your whole team.
You know, the way he's impacted the game in so many different ways, it's been fun to watch and really going to be hard to slow him down.
Checking out the group of Frank Vogel to start the second half. They've got Hill. Paul George is out there with Garnett. Then it's Roy Hibbert. And it's Johnson in a two-guard. Garnett with the screen for George. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line. On the free throw, no good. Chicago's gone 5 of 8 from three-point land, 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. To the wing on the left, and Gibson wide open. He shoots, and it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. George with the ball, now guarded by Higgins. Hill kicks to George. The 10-footer, and again it's Indiana.
Boy, they are having their way in the paint right now. So many looks right at the rim.
Defensive rotations have been a step slow, and it's helped them get the ball in close time after time, Steve.
And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on Kevin Garnett. Well, he holds the reins to this team, and we're seeing some examples of that, Steve, right now.
Yeah, they look cohesive. And, you know, anytime he takes control, you can just feel this group come together.
Yeah, it's priceless when you have a guy who sets the example he does and then backs it up with timely communication as well as consistent performance.
Hill kicks to Garnett. The feed to Johnson. Indiana moving it around. George dishes to Hill. Back to George. 6 to shoot. Hill inside. He's covered by Higgins. Hill, no good. The Bulls shooting just phenomenal here tonight. 73% from the field. And the serious dunk to finish it off. Amazing hops exploding to the bucket.
Kevin, you don't expect to see that coming from the point guard position.
No way.
Boy, can he elevate at that size? That's impressive.
And there's the pass to Garnett. Garnett with the screen on Butler. And George kicks to Johnson. Looks for Hibbert. Gets it to him. The 11-footer. That one wide left.
He can't get anything to drop. And the way he's scoring, I'm not sure it's something he should try to shoot his way out of.
No, that might only serve to make things worse, Steve. Sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And so it's Indiana with it. Outside Hill. Pass to George. Hibbert with a screen for George. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Well, good idea setting that screen, but the execution wasn't there.
No, it sure wasn't. I mean, you want it to be hard, but it also has to be legal.
The Bulls have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Higgins passes to Noah. A reverse, and there's the lay-in. 2 points right there from Higgins. Higgins has got 4 points now in the quarter. They've been looking out of sorts in the last few possessions.
This is when they need to be patient, work the ball, and find a high percentage shot.
Johnson dishes to Hill. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Higgins passes to Gibson. Here's Higgins, guarded by Garnett. Puts it up from 12. Goes back up. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. Here are this postseason's dead-eye shooters. These guys have knocked down a ton of shots from downtown. And you look at Q, third in the NBA. He's someone that if you leave him alone, he's going to knock it down.
Well, you know, the three-point shot, Kevin, can be a game-changing play. I mean, I've seen games become blowouts, and blowouts become close thanks to the three-point shot. It's a huge asset, and these guys capitalize on it big time.
And the first one at the line is good. Stokes is checked in for Kevin Garnett. And both free throws good from Gibson.
Look at the free throw percentage. Unblemished since halftime, Clark. That's pretty nice.
I'd go farther than that, Steve. How about perfect?
And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession.
18 seconds on the shot. 18.
And so it's Indiana with it. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
You look at what Hill has done so far. He has 8 points and some assists, too. How about 3 of them?
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
George Hill taking 2 shots.
No good on that one. Good on the second free throw. Here's Higgins. He has 30. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Butler with the ball. He's picked up by Hill. Higgins passes to Gibson. Banked in off the glass. Gibson's got 6 points in the quarter. For Indiana, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. And there's the foul. It's on cue. That's his first foul. Pau Gasol's checked in for Chicago. Danny Granger, he's checked in for Indiana. Here's Stokes, defended by Gasol. Kicks it to Granger. Back to George. 5 on the clock, and it's Hill penetrating. Now, here's George. He's guarded closely. The shot is off. Higgins passes to Noah. That's tipped and stolen by Hibbert. And George kicks to Hill. Passes it to Stokes. Feeds it to George. Here's Higgins. Bangs home the trifecta. Higgins has got 33 points. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Bulls.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
You also can't overlook how well they've defended the rim, as they've challenged virtually every shot in the paint.
Clock at 6. Hill dishes to George. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. I mean, they're really pushing them around physically at this point.
The Bulls have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line.
At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
That free throw good.
Good D.
There's 21 seconds left to play in the third. Dishes to Rose. Out to the right wing. Pass to Bowen. Buries the easy one.
Everything's falling now, and this lead continues to increase.
Yeah, it's just way too hard to keep up with a scoring pace like this. I mean, and that's why the defense is...
Hey, guys, we are playing great. Let's just keep playing our game. They have no answer for us, all right? So continue to run our stuff, play our defense, and take the time, use the clock. No reason to kill ourselves for the rest of this game. Let's play smart, all right?
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. It's Chicago opening up a huge gap. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Game 4 Eastern Semifinals. The Chicago Bulls go up against Paul George and the Indiana Pacers next Sunday, 7 p.m. Central. Don't miss it.
It's the NBA playoffs. Thanks for joining us as we get back to the action here in this game 2. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
I was hoping we'd get a chance to see this one again. Thank you, Lonnie and the truck, for showing it. Passing like this that makes the basketball purists happy. This is the beauty of the game right here.
Higgins, he's in at point guard. Mirotic is out there with Pau Gasol. And it's Bowen in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today. There's a glaring discrepancy between these teams in that area of the game.
Yeah, that's what's paved the way for them to build this big lead, no question.
Here's Chambers. He's covered by Higgins. Chambers the pass to Miles. The 3 from Hill. Here's Stokes. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
That's his first personal foul. At the line for the Pacers, Darnell Stokes. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
Getting to the stripe is something they've been doing a lot of in the second half, guys.
And when you're behind, I think that's a great strategy. Not only do you get easy points, but the clock stops as well.
From deep. No good from Higgins. And so here is Indiana. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Chambers kicks to Miles. 6 on the shot clock. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Stokes can't get it to go. Well, Chicago's gone 7 of 11 from deep tonight, using the three-pointer to their advantage. Higgins passes to Bowen. Anderson with the block. That's good. And it's 6 points for Pau Gasol. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Here's Chambers. He's covered by Higgins. Chambers can't make the basket. For Chicago, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. So for the Bulls, Vincent comes in. Indiana's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. George dishes to Garnett. Back to George. He kicks it to Garnett. He feeds it to George. Anderson outside. Here's Mahimi. Goes to the fadeaway and cans it.
I'm the baker's man. I bake them cakes as fast as I can. And you can tell by
Guys, we know where the ball needs to go. We got to get the ball to our best player. They don't have a guy on their team that can stop him, and he can create.
Higgins is checked in for Eustis. Indiana also making some changes. C.J. Miles comes in for Kevin Garnett, and Chambers subbed in for Roy Hibbert. Chicago's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Higgins battles through traffic and lays it in. Higgins has got 9 points now in just the second half. The Pacers shooting in the fourth quarter down around 31%, not playing with as much energy here lately. There's the pick. And George, here we go. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. George has got 4 points this quarter.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
2 minutes, 2 1.
Higgins passes to Vincent. Another shot. Rebound by Mahimi. 1:50 left in the game. Here's Chambers. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Here's Higgins. He dishes it to Mirotic. And he banks in the layup.
And that puts a cherry on top, so to speak, of what's been a phenomenal showing for them.
All over but the whining now, Steve.
Outside, George. And Miles kicks to George. 6 to shoot. From downtown, and he gets the bucket.
And so, guys, that's going to wrap it up. Fans starting to head for the exits. Obviously, a huge win here in Game 2 for the Bulls.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Q. He did it all tonight, making an impact with more than his scoring as he racked up a triple-double.
The dish to Heinrich. Here's Higgins. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Higgins has got 37.
Terrific job taking care of business in front of the home fans.
And, Steve, I thought those fans, those home fans, gave this team a big lift all game. A lot of positive energy in the building.
Obvious foul.
Yeah, he took a hit right there and earned those free throws.
That free throw, no good. So it's both teams making substitutions here. He hits the second from the line.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
The feed to Gasol. Misses from short range. Indiana's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Here's Chambers. That's good on the jump shot.
Well, their offense has kicked into gear, but it seems to have arrived a little bit too late.
And as a coach, that can really be frustrating. I mean, your guys were stumbling along for most of the game, and now, when it's basically over, they finally decide to come alive.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. Some days, Clark, everything goes right for a team, and they just had one of those games.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, these guys played a great all-around basketball game here.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Pal, this win was punctuated by some quality defensive plays. How important is the defensive execution to your success?
Well, defense got to be always our motor. If we get some stops, we're doing a good job defensively, everything will be okay from that point on. So we just got to continue to emphasize our defense.
Thank you so much. Back to you guys at the table.
Thanks a lot, Doris. That'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, Doris Burke, Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in to the NBA Eastern Conference Semifinals presented by 2K Sports. Now, Jordan presents the player of the game.